I really hope that you're okay. So today we are going to read a story of the Little Mermaid in deepy, deepy whispering. I hope that you will find this video great. Subscribe to my channel. Put a like on this video. Please, it means so much to me. Thank you for your support. And now we are going to read this ebook, The Little Mermaid. So have a nice relax. Bye. A voice wailed. Ari stopped short. It was her sister Adela, and she sounded upset. Ari swam closer and peeked into the room. Her older sister Aquara was with her. "You can't let anyone see you. You have a bad case of the bubbles," Aquara said to Adela. "The bubbles?" Adela asked. Her face was covered with pink and green polka dots. Aquara frowned. "Bubbles are serious. There is a cure, but it's almost impossible to find. Lotion made from a purple pearl. They grow inside a triple band of sea oysters." Ariel bit her lip. "Poor Adela, she needs help." Ariel decided to find the purple pearl for her. "You're going to do what?" Flounder exclaimed. "Triple-banded sea oysters live in a black spear trench. You'll have to cross the barebed sea kelp forest." Ariel shrugged. "Adela needs help. Someone has to get the cure. Besides, I've been in kelp forest before." "Not like this one," Flounder said. "This kelp is huge. There is a riptide. Each strand of sea kelp is covered in thorns, and spades are tiny." "Don't be such a gaby," Ariel said. "Are you coming?" Flounder didn't like being called gaby. Together, he and Ariel headed off to find the purple pearl. Even though Ariel had told Flounder not to be afraid, she gulped when she finally saw the barebed sea kelp forest. Everything Flounder had said was true. Each thorn was 6 inches long. "Let me go ahead," Flounder said, trying to be brave. "I'm smaller than you." "Yeah, good thinking," Ariel said. Ariel tried to swim after him. "Flounder, I can't get through," she cried. "I'll help." His face appeared in the gap, and he held the kelp aside with his mouth. But there still wasn't enough space. Ariel felt the current growing stronger. As Ariel watched, the riptide forced the kelp strands apart. This gave her an idea. What if she rode the riptide like a dolphin in the surf past the thorns? "Watch out, Flounder!" she cried. "I'm coming through!" At just the right moment, Ariel launched herself into the rushing water. The current carried her straight through a gap in the kelp. Not a single thorn scratched her. The pair swam along until they saw a giant crevice in the ocean floor. "Black Spear Trench," Flounder whispered. They swam deeper and deeper. Finally, they reached the very bottom. Triple-banded sea oysters were scattered like flowers in a strange underwater garden. Their shells were open, and nestling inside each one was a shimmering, glowing pearl. "They don't look very scary, do they, Ariel?" Flounder asked. Ariel shook her head. The triple-banded sea oysters were some of the prettiest creatures she'd ever seen. It was hard to believe they would ever eat a mermaid. "Maybe it's just a myth," Ariel said. "I'll just swim in and—" "No!" Flounder grabbed Ariel's tail. "We've got to be sure." He took a branch of driftwood in his mouth and tossed it into the nearest oyster's shell. Snap! The shell chomped the driftwood in half. Maybe there was something in Ariel's collection that could be help. She emptied out her bag, tucked in a corner of the bag was a long feather with a pointy tip. "There's no help," Flounder said. "We need a hook or something." "Don't be sure," she said. Ariel tied the feather to the end of a stick using some seaweed. She snuck close to one of the oysters and tickled it with the feather. "Ah! Ah! Achoo!" With a sneeze, the purple pearl shot out of the oyster's mouth and straight into Ariel's hands. "Adela, I got it!" Ariel called. "Good what?" Adela asked. She turned around and her face was completely clear. "You're cured!" Ariel exclaimed. "But how? I overheard you and Aquada talking about how Bubbles..." Aquada laughed. "Oh, Bubbles, go away on their own. I was just pulling Adela's fin with a story about the purple pearl. Did you believe it?" But Ariel just smiled. "Oh, me? Of course not." She hid her glowing bag and quickly swam out of the room. Later, Ariel took the beautiful pearl out of her collection bag. It shimmered brightly, a very special addition to her treasure grotto.